Welcome back. Stewart Media's CEO and digital marketing guru Jim Stewart has just returned from a conference in Las Vegas. And luckily for our viewers, what happens in Vegas doesn't have to stay in Vegas. He joins me now to share all the top tips and to question just how important Google is for making a business very popular online. Jim, welcome to the show's new home.
Yeah, love it, Peter. Thank you very much.
All right, mate. It's very interesting you make the point, because most of us trying to build our businesses always think of the fact that Google is critical. But you're sort of saying it might not be critical?
It depends on the way you build your business. So, we get a lot of businesses ranked in Google, as you know, but the ones that succeed really well are the ones that don't tend to worry about Google as much and focus more on their brand. You've still got to do the good technical things, you've still got to do the good technical SEO, but by far the thing that outranks everything is a good brand. And there's a number of reasons for that. And Google has 3 pillars, if you like, where they look at 3 key elements, and their expertise, authority and trust. And brand pretty much covers all those things. So what we've found, this has taken us 20 years to wake up to, but at the end of the day, you need to be focusing on your brand, because if you can do that, then Google has to chase you.
How important is it to use social media to build your brand?
Social media is a great tool, but even we talk a lot about content marketing now, which to me is basically marketing. So if you're a small business or a micro brand or even a stay-at-home mum working on a blog, you can build a solid brand using Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest or Instagram, any of those sorts of things. And similarly, if you're a larger organisation trying to reach out and trying to grow that brand and try to reach a greater audience, you can do those things as well. It might just be a really, really good video on YouTube that all of a sudden everyone knows that your brand is synonymous with a key phrase or a key word because the brand is so strong.
I don't know if you've ever seen the video, Your Business Card is Crap. It's a terrific one, created by an American guy. And he basically, it's a great marketing exercise. He's had over 2 million downloads. And you can see wow. he has just simply done it in his lounge room with a handheld camera, but it's just done so well, and it's quite amusing. But I think that's really brand building and using YouTube to the max.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's 2 million people now talking about him, right? So, and Google knows that. Google sees that, because people are going to go searching for that video, and Google can see the spikes in those searches, and it can see the demographic of the people doing those searches. So it knows, well, if I've got a large demographic doing this search and they all want that thing, that brand, then chances are if someone's doing a similar search for a thing that brand sells, then they also may find this result useful. The other key thing is you just got to get your technical stuff right. You know, you've got to have a good user experience. The site's got to be fast, error-free, all of these sorts of things.
Jim, in the old days, even before the internet, we often used to say one of the best things you can do with a customer is ask them if they're prepared to give you a referral. Do you think that still works?
Oh, yeah, but it can happen in different ways. Like at the Las Vegas conference, PubCon, there were more than one presentation about, you know, getting people talking about you, getting referrals, because you can do that through reviews. You can do that. There's a whole bunch of different ways that you can get referrals now. And, you know, some people have it on the bottom of their emails. You know, hey, if you like this, then here's a link to give us a review on Facebook or Google or wherever else. So, yeah, those referrals are really, really important. Ask someone to have a coupon code if you're a retailer for, you know, introduce a friend to our brand. All those sorts of things are really, really helpful.
Who do you think in Australia has done the brand building online really well?
I tell you what, I don't know, well, they were doing it
apart
for
from
search.
yourself, of course.
Well, I tell you what, an old brand that's doing really, well, not an old brand in the industry that it is, but Aussie, that brand, when it came out, they're always talking about Aussie home loans. So if you go into a product called Google Trends today and you search for home loans, the top related brand for home loans in Australia is just the word Aussie. And you have a look to see who's #1 for home loans, it's Aussie. And you have a look at backlinks, which is, used to be the old metric for ranking, how many backlinks, how many people were linking to your site. Aussie, you've got about 1.2 million, NAB, you've got about 6.5 million. But the NAB's brand, when in association with the word home loans, is probably 10 times weaker than Aussie. So, they were doing it in just the normal marketing, but it's transferred into digital space. And the other thing that they're doing well is that it's good structure, good navigation, all of those sorts of things, which means it's a good user experience.
Yeah,
but then
because John Simon's famous one-liner was, "At Aussie, we'll save you." Has that, do you think, it's had an enduring impact on people's memory of what the marketing message was, and that's part of the reason why they come up right on top on the Google rankings?
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. It's the #1 brand associated with home loans, and in search, that is. So you can look at other metrics, but certainly when people are looking for a home loan, most of the time they're actually looking for Aussie, and Google knows that. And that's where, now that might not be reflection in their bookings and all those sorts of things, but certainly in search, that is what is happening initially, and that is from Aussie Home Loans Will Save You, whatever it was. And for years, that's just embedded in people's minds. So when they're looking for a home loans, oh yeah, Aussie Home Loans, whatever. And that's what happens. So we've seen a lot of bloggers do it, we've seen SMEs do it, and sometimes they stumble upon it, and sometimes they don't even know that they're doing it really well because they've just been so busy building their business and all these other different channels, and people are talking about them.
In terms of as a small business to try and get sort of national recognition, if you had to rank the most important things to do, would it be to get someone in who's an expert to show you how to do it, or not all experts are equal, so you can get a bad expert doing it?
Yeah, you can get a bad expert. I mean, what we look at with say a smaller business or anyone who's trying to say get a national presence in search or a national brand, we look at what the keywords are that they want to rank for. What do they want to be found for? And who are those people that they want to be found for? So what is the demographic of the person who is their ideal customer, their buyer persona, if you like? Once you work that out, then you can say, okay, well, this is where those people tend to hang out. They're on Pinterest, or they're only on email, or whatever it might be. And then you can say, okay, well, that's where we need to establish a brand. That's where we need to establish a footprint. And you can do that just repetitively. You can do it on Facebook. People have Facebook groups where they build big databases of people who just want help or feedback, or it might be you might have a complex product. And so you are the guru or the authority on helping with that complex product. So building a national brand, it could be display advertising. Facebook's got some awesome targeting for advertising where you can target specific demographics, what they've liked, all of those sorts of things. Are they going away on holidays a lot? Stuff like really, I call it creepy, scary good data. But it's there and can be used inexpensively to help build brands in the right categories.
Jim, as always, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Peter.
That's Jim Stewart of Stew Art Media. After the break, we'll put the spotlight on the market's top performers and also try and work out where this market's going with the wonderful Julia Lee of Bell Direct.